Are you ready?
For the third time?
Third time's the charm, right? Third time's the charm. We've been working on this, I believe it's a 2001 Polaris Sportsman 500. We've done the carb twice, and first time the O-rings were all dried up, so we took it apart because the float, it was just going out the overflow. And it ran pretty good, but it was leaking, so we took it apart again, replaced the O-rings, and now it bogs. So we're gonna take it apart for the third time and hopefully see why it's having issues. This is very frustrating. I don't like doing projects 3 times, but it seems like we're gonna have to here.
I guess.
Remember struggling with this side panel the first 2 times?
Have fun.
It hasn't gotten better.
And traumatized.
I have learned to just get way more aggressive though. It's getting easier. The only good thing about this is we've gotten really efficient at taking this little bugger out. Everything's coming apart so much nicer than the first time.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
What size is that?
7/16.
It runs.
It runs, it just bogs.
Oh, hello. It's a bogger, huh? You know, when we bought this thing back in '01, it was, that's what this one is.
Hey, careful.
Oh, sorry. It was a Twin Tower edition. It was, I forget what they call it. What is it called?
I don't know, it's cool. It's red, white, and blue.
Yeah, that was for patriotic Twin Tower.
9/11.
Remember, there you go. That's what I'm thinking of.
I'll give you $750 for it.
No, not for sale.
Running or fixed?
Not for sale.
Running or fixed, isn't that the same thing? It's running. It's fixed.
I can't.
I'd run it.
I can't record and think and
It's a real
work.
problem, that one-handed stuff. Okay, I gotta go. Should I tell them that I'm making use of the yoke for a Federal auger that I have had on hand on the parts shelf since 1994. It was worth $11.94 on the package, and just called up. I'm gonna buy another one, so I have one on hand.
Why would you do that?
You never know.
How much are they now?
They're $21, so that ain't
Not as bad as I was expecting.
It's
actually.
almost double.
But
Yeah.
it's probably lower quality.
That's true. Yeah. I'm a little concerned about the grease in the old yoke. It looks a little stiff, but we'll just grease her up good. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go now. Instead of $50 for the yoke, I'm making a PTO shaft for the generator. And the old, well anyway, it's the drive shaft off the Federal auger that got totaled out in the storm damage. And now I'm gonna go out to that old mower, and maybe instead of buying the $50 540 yoke for it, I can take it off that junked out mower and take back the $50 yoke. Wow, that was a long story for such a short little thing, wasn't it?
This ain't coming apart very nice, Brody.
This is just something else. I can't. Pushed over again.
Come on, just work with me here.
Maybe it's the spark plug.
Wouldn't that be something?
It could be. It could be all gunked up.
So that's about all the farther apart that we've gotten it all of these times, because the linkage for the throttle and the choke are on there, and we haven't wanted to go that deep, so why not struggle more?
Should we just take it all apart and then we can work on it without?
I wish I knew more about small gas engines and carburetors because I deal with this issue more often than I'd like to, and I know very little about it.
Yeah, this is my first time.
Thanks for bringing the experience. At least you got the morale. Wow, you're getting it out farther than it's ever been before. Now we can actually inspect what we're doing. Wow.
You just had to get aggressive. It looks the same.
It looks the same. I was expecting to see like a chunk of rubber that maybe came out of a hose since we didn't replace any hoses, which we should do, but you know, why do that? So, put it back together and it'll work.
No.
I'll take the jets out again and make sure nothing got up in there. But this machine, I really want up and running for this spring because it does keep my job a lot more efficient. I put it on the back of the seed tender trailer, and then I can kind of, if we're close to home, quick rip this home, leave the seed tender trailer there, and kind of necessary machine to make my job efficient, Brody.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't be efficient if I'm not efficient.
Right. How come that don't look normal with life?
I don't know what it's supposed to look like, but that don't look great, does it?
I think it's supposed to be round. And it's a big
We
one.
haven't been into this side of the carburetor. Our diaphragm looks like it's seen better days of life.
According to the YouTube video, it's not supposed to look like that.
Yes, we have resorted to watching YouTube videos.
Yeah, I see how his diaphragm looks completely normal with life.
And then ours looks like it doesn't like carb cleaner. It definitely don't look clean at all, does it?
No, you got this. I'm gonna go set this down.
Where did you find this?
Maybe I should have just left it there, but there's a few little buckthorn trees growing in it, and a couple old sprayer
What is
tracks.
it?
Well, we bought that on an auction sale because the old one that's on the back of the 70 was all, well, it had seen better days, so we bought this. Nobody said nothing when we bought it. Now I'm going back into the year, maybe also late 90s. Well, anyway, long story short, this here mechanism right here, this big cast thing, there's a shaft that protrudes. Well, that busted off, and then we found out why it busted off. Somebody had tried to weld it back on.
So
to
you
the
bought
cap.
something that
we
never...
bought something that wasn't worth the lunch that we bought at the sale. So we took off the sickle bar and we put it on our mower because if I remember right, nobody's gonna understand this. Very few people. The ones that do are gonna say, "Oh yeah, I know exactly."
For those that know.
For those that know, right? The bar on the old mower got wrecked because it hooked a gopher mount or something, and the trip mechanism
Failed?
did not release because it hadn't needed to for so many years. So the old sickle, it got bent right in a circle.
Well,
So
at
we
least
took
you
this
got
off
some
and-
value out of it.
And,
Now you'll have a PTO shaft.
Well, we really
That
like
isn't
the option.
seized.
Yeah, now I'm after the PTO shaft, but why we wanted this was because of the hitch pin. If you've ever been in on taking that mower off the 70, you will know why we really wanted this, but
She was junked. Mostly.
it's really all close to that. Whoever grew up farming back then, they know what the real struggle bus is.
You used the front mount cultivator on that unit?
4-row.
4-row.
I was just a kid, but I watched Dad and Grandpa struggle putting that thing on because it sunk in the dirt and try to drive in. I just remember being glad I wasn't old enough to help hook it up because, and there was a 3-point, well, there was no 3-point on the tractor. There was scratchers that you had to put on. I think they called it the rocker shaft that's back by the seat. You had to push a lever, and then that lifted that up, because that front mount cultivator, you had to dig up your tractor tracks, so then you wouldn't believe it.
And here we are, working on a carburetor. You think she survived?
Yep.
Okay. What did you adjust?
The needle. To make it richer.
All right. Sounds better than, well, poorer.
We're ready? How does it go back together again?
I've got the bottom pretty much
Can I tip
assembled.
it?
Yes, we should be good. Pretty much got the bottom assembled. I got to put the float in yet,
Oh yeah.
but I wanted to do a final clean of it once that's in.
Wow.
Which way does the cone need to be? Up, down?
This is a very bad idea, I'll admit it. I'm 10 minutes into it.
Did you find the right one?
Maybe. That one might have been gold right there,
we
baby.
should have wrote it down.
Yeah. All the assortments here. 2 different boxes.
$40, 60 years of rust.
Jump.
Junk.
Oh, it's idling.
It's not fixed, Doug.
Polaris?
Junk!
Can I go to Polaris, Dougo?
New one?
You should, yeah. You maybe should.
What's the problem? Why? Literally clean everything.
Fuel line? How about the fuel filter?
Nah, that wouldn't be plugged. Why would
That little bit, it runs in there. The carb's full. There's no way we ran it out of fuel.
I'm not going to promise. I'm no carb guy. I can barely keep little Bob number 2 going.
Yeah, you should be the one working on this. You're so good with carbs.
I really think we need a whole nother winter to maintain, fix the stuff.
Hey, we got time. We're trying to, but it's above our knowledge.
I heard the new ones are pretty nice.
You know, funny, you were mentioning that. I was actually trying to find the I'm not going to say, except Polaris has 3 Instagram accounts. Which one do you follow?
Might as well follow them all.
I'm like that kid on them TikTok.
I think it was maybe just cold, you know. We were just rodding on it.
You rotted on a cold motor?
Well, you got to make sure the fix is right.
That's what everybody else does in the world.
Yeah, I don't know. It maybe heard you talking about a Polaris and a Can-Am and got upset. Put it back together.
If it don't work, it goes to Polaris.
We'll take it somewhere.
But first, we gotta change oil.
You torch that yoke apart. I'll go look for an oil kit.
Yeah, we'll stand right here. I'm actually gonna go eat lunch.
We got to put this together and then yard test it. We're yard testing it. I don't think there's any need of yard testing it. Up the Polaris she goes.
Jump.
Another year, same problem. Look at here. Hey, read that closely. Do not buy. Brand new, never been opened. Once again, distilled water from the batteries and radiators, whatever. And they magically, I don't know, even know. Oh, look at it, just shooting out. Look at that. Oh, what a gimmick. pay good money for water and then they sell it in a faulty piece of plastic.
I'm gonna go eat.
Discouragement.
Well, this is discouraging. You're gonna have to take that to Polaris. We don't have an oil change kit for it either, so we'll have to get one of those. Or they maybe, when they find out the motor's blowing up or something, then
The motor ain't blowing up. It's just fine.
there's no coolant on it either. Quite low.
It's sat all winter. What do you expect? It's leaks. Who knows?
All right, on to other projects. Dad's taken the four-wheeler to Polaris to see what they can figure out with it. Unfortunately, we failed. And we got our PTO rigged up here for our generator, so that's ready to go. Hopefully we don't need it. But to not be prepared if a storm comes through is pretty stupid, so we got that ready to go. Next project is installing some cameras at the lift station. So we picked up some cameras. We'll talk about that when we get out there and get her installed.
Added to your account.
It worked.
It's working! All right, so here is our lift station that we have, well, it's not a very nice one, which is why we have a lot of issues up here. But it's one of our more distant farms away from the farm. So we want to be able to monitor the pumps there. So obviously they're pumping right now. We've had a lot of issues. We actually just were up here 2 weeks ago and we're working on the pump. So they get stuck on sometimes they don't even turn on, and then a neighbor will send a Snapchat of your pump's stuck on. And so I hit the internet and I found these cameras, which run off of cellular data, I believe, and they are completely solar powered, so we can monitor this system remotely. We don't need to have power or internet. So you can literally put these wherever you have cellular data. And we're gonna mount it here, which it looks like it's very windy and cold out there.
It was just snowing.
Which is why we set this all up on the way up here. So it didn't take, what? It's a 15-minute drive, I suppose, 20 minutes.
Took us about 5.
It took us about 5 to get this going. So it is set up. Show them. Isn't that crazy? You can see behind the scenes here, the camera guy. So it is working. We're gonna hopefully attach it to that post right there, and then we can monitor it whenever we want to. We can see if it's raining up here, hailing.
We should put it on top of the post so then when we spray and if we have to raise our boom over it, that way we can just knock it off.
I would prefer not to bust it.
Should we be ready to go? Ready to go?
I suppose. So we decided to assemble further here while we're in the pickup cab. We're gonna mount our solar pack onto the camera. Wow. Stuff like this is so fascinating. This is our thoughts here on top of this pole, and then looking down like that, kind of go like that. We need a universal angle drill.
We don't have one. This ain't working.
Wow. Well, there's our completed project.
That didn't take long at all.
No, that was simple.
Okay, I'm gonna go in the pickup and control it.
We're set up. Now we can even see if people want to tamper with them. We haven't had that issue before, but I suggest they don't now.
Someone's here.
Someone's turning around.
Yeah.
Look at him. Stalking. All right, we got our last and final one. We only had ordered 2, but I wanted one to monitor the driveway here. The farmyard's got cameras all over it, but sometimes people go up there and down. I want to know who's coming up and down the driveway. So now the only way in and out of the farmyard, they will be seen. Just like that. Wow. So if you guys have any interest in an anywhere camera, they're very versatile. You can use them on literally anything. Cattle waterers, anywhere where you don't have internet and want to have a camera, you can use them. You can go to the link in the description and you can get $25 off every camera that you order, or you can use Larson Farms 25 at checkout also. So go check it out. I'll put it in the link in the description, and we're on to the next project. He's playing. That's not a good sign, Jordan, when the hood of the Packar's up.
Oh, nothing's wrong with it. That's fine.
I've heard otherwise.
Yep. Actuator's Joe.
Actuator on the turbo.
Yep.
Imagine that.
Back bar Joe.
So this thing? No, this thing. That thing? Which thing? This all looks so different than a cat engine.
Yeah.
That looks cheap.
Yeah. $2 grand.
Oh, nice. And a computer hookup, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Drove the tires right off of it. How's truck driving been going?
It's nice.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Easy, no stress.
Although I
involved?
got it, and Mom, sorry, but I keep eating a banana bread she made me, and that's all I eat, and I get heartburn.
Oh.
But it's really good. So I keep eating it.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so they pulled in tonight, and then I got looking at the tire situation here, and this is another one of them amazing trailers that chops tires. So both inside ones on the front axle, I mean, they're to the point where it needs to be replaced, and I believe this was the last day that this trailer is going to be on the road during this hauling session. So we're going to fix it up so it's ready to use whenever the next date is, because I speculate this truck's getting unhooked shortly to be put on a tender unit for spring planting. Heck, you guys are quick. I fixed one wire and you got them all ripped off.
Oh, it's Friday. It's time to get her done and go home.
Normally motivation tapers off, but it's going in the upward motion the later the day goes.
I might need more horsepower. Nice rim.
Yeah. The famous, let's buy it cheaper, let's put steel rims on the inside and aluminum on the outside. He makes it look so much easier than it actually is.
Almost. Watch your head.
Did you get her dropped off?
I got it.
Oh, he's even trimmed down.
I got a haircut.
Wow.
I got a bunch of people on Instagram saying what they think the problem was.
What was it?
Oh, something about a clip in the carburetor. It's noted for falling out.
Yep,
The jets
found
and
that.
all that get wore out, but it worked last year when parked. So it's got to be something else.
We found that clip that fell out.
Oh yeah?
So that guy knew what he was talking about. But we put the clip back in and that didn't fix the problem.
Yeah, the worst was, what's his name? Bubba?
Yeah?
Yeah, he
Tried to get you to upgrade?
Well, he said that those things are noted for camshaft problems.
Oh boy.
And I was wondering if it was backfiring, and I said no. So then they thought it was okay for a while.
He did. Hard surface digger shovels? We'll give him a whirl, I guess. Wow, got the whole apparatus.
Yeah, he got everything. Must have been thinking.
Spare John Deere speed belt brush in case we have an issue. I wanted to have one on hand. Actually, two on hand. I figure before the parts get lost, we may as well put them with the tractor they're supposed to be with in case of breakdowns. Well, now he should be he should be turnkey ready. So those are what hold the knock-on shovels on. And occasionally if you hit a rock just right, it will rip the spring off. And then you gotta cut apart the whole thing to get them off because the bolts are normally ruined. So it's nice to have those on hand. We got 3 tires here. Do we have a race? I who can do it the fastest?
Sure.
Yeah, that's time.
You do one. He does one and Brody does one. Oh, no, all dots off.
Yeah, I think he's cheating right out of the gate here. Aluminum rims, they slide better. 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Oh my gosh. And he's into it 14 seconds and he's already got it on. He's got plenty of time to spare. 52 seconds.
Should I do steel one too?
Minus 5 seconds for scratching it.
What shot you putting on?
That one. Right there.
So the competition's already over. Brody won. Now he just wants to beat his own time.
Seconds.
Wow, he's 3 minutes faster than me at that.
Wow. You don't even need me.
Nope, I don't. Just how good I am.
Well, that didn't take long with 4 guys, even though I took the longest to put a tire on. Brody beat me by 3 minutes to put a tire on.
I believe it.
But it's a Friday night, and we have to go load up a antique piece of equipment for a guy. So, and when I mean antique, I mean horse and buggy type antique stuff.
Vamonos.
All right, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you in the next video.